Hello students, we will continue with the cytoplasmic inheritance by taking with the second example, that's about the coiling of shell. So the coiling of the shell, we are taking the example of the Limnia pargera, which is a snail. In the previous video, we have seen about what we mean by the word as a cytoplasmic inheritance and how the mother or the maternal influence is going to help for the inheritance character. And also we have seen that in the region of the egg there will be the presence of the cytoplasm, and that cytoplasmic inheritance is going to contribute towards the offspring, and in the sperm they do not have any cytoplasm content there. So in a zygote you are able to identify the cytoplasm of the egg or the ovum. In some cases, we can also see that the maternal effect does not disappear during development, but it is retained throughout the adult life. How it is going to give a changes, that we are going to see by taking the example. So as I told that this is the example, the Limnia pargera, that is with the snail. So here we are taking the coiling nature of the snail. There are two types of the coiling which is going to take place in a snail. One is called as the dextral, the other one is called as sinistral. The dextral, you are going to call it as a dominant, and they have a dominant gene, the capital D, the homozygous nature, the capital D, small d, the heterozygous nature. And if it is called as a dextral, means the coiling of the shell takes place from the right side. Coming towards sinistral, it is a recessive form. They have a gene which is called as the small d, the homozygous nature. And in a sinistral, the coiling of the shell takes place from the left side. That is very important. So keeping in mind the word as a dextral means right side coiling, the sinistral means left side coiling. Consider here, keep in mind about the male where they do not have the cytoplasm, the coiling is being inherited from the female itself, whether it is a dextral form or whether it is a sinistral form. Suppose consider here the presence of a dominant gene. There are two dominant genes present in the female. You can see in this region, the female, the egg region, the one dominant gene will be present in the nuclear part, the other dominant gene will be present in the cytoplasm. The same way here you can observe one dominant gene will be present in the nucleus region, the recessive form D, small d, is present in the cytoplasm. So whether it is in a dominant or whether it is in the recessive form, if it is being received from the female, the cytoplasm, you are going to call it as dextral. For the right side of the coiling, the dextral form, the important part is there will be a presence of a certain protein which is going to help for that. If it is a sinistral form, the recessive one, you can observe in the female again, there is no dominant gene at all. There is a recessive form, the lower case of the D in the nuclear region and also in the cytoplasm. There is no dominant region at all. So since there is no dominant gene, it is called as sinistral. So this is how it is going to occur. Now coming towards the crossing. So the dextral female means it is being considered as the right hand coiling, and sinistral male we are taking the left hand coiling. So these are with the genotypes, the capital D and the small d, the pure form. When you are going to cross these two in F1, you are going to get with the dextral. You can do the same thing, the F1 or F2, even by taking the Punnett square. When the capital D, small d, the dextral form is being selfed, we are taking one male, the capital D, small d, the other one as the female. When you are going to cross in entire region, you are going to dextral form. You have the capital D dextral, the capital D, small d dextral, the capital D, small d dextral, and the small d is also dextral, because one of this particular gene is being received from the mother, and the mother is going to determine, because she is a predetermined regions. So from the mother, since the cytoplasm is being received, the protein is being received there, it is going to give from the right side coiling. So this is being what called as the predetermined or the maternal effect. In the previously we have seen the maternal effect is not going to disappear during development, but it is retained throughout the adult life. So this is the adult life where the changes have been occurring. So this is how the cytoplasm is going to inherit or give a difference in the offsprings. The same way you can take another example, the sinistral female with the dextral male. The sinistral female, the small d, and the dextral male, the capital D. In F1 it will be sinistral, when it is been self crossed. In F2 you are able to identify all the forms are again dextral, because one of the D it has been received from the female. When you continue with the next generation, the same small d appears, but it will be in the sinistral form, because this particular mother does not have any cytoplasm and it is not been received from the mother, but it will be received from the father, that is from the sperms. So there is no the presence of the cytoplasm, and hence there is no cytoplasm, in the sense that it is not going to receive any dominant gene from the female. So it is being considered with the sinistral form. So this completes with your syllabus of my syllabus with the genetics, and that is the end of the cytoplasmic inheritance also. Thank you. I have completed with all the videos also. All the best for your exams. Do well. If you have any doubts, you can message me or call me, but refer the notes for further details. Thank you.